Good afternoon. I am Jennifer Highfield, President and CEO of National First Ladies Library. At National First Ladies Library, we preserve, promote, and educate about the significant role of First Ladies and their contributions throughout history. As you know, First Ladies National Historic Site is closed to the public. We felt that this is an important and in the best interest of our staff, patrons, volunteers, and the community at large to maintain the health and safety. As you know, along with our peers in National Park Service, we feel it is important to remain accessible, though, to you and our supporters and visitors. Our area cultural organizations have come together to provide cultural connections through virtual programming that will be offered Monday through Saturday at 12 noon via the following nonprofits: McKinley Presidential Library and Museums, Massillon Museum, the Canton Museum of Art, National First Ladies Library, Pro Football Hall of Fame, and the Denison Railroad Depot and Museum. Each will be providing engaging and interesting virtual content covering a diverse topics for audiences of all ages. We encourage you to join our organizations at noon on our respective social media platforms. To stay connected with the National Park Service, please check in at www.nps.gov/FILA. And for more information about National First Ladies Library and to follow our educational materials and resources, go to www.firstladies.org. Thank you for your continued support, and we wish you all safety and good health.
Hi, this is Michelle Gullion. I'm the Archivist Curator at the National First Ladies Library and National Historic Site. Today, we're going to do a segment on Victorian living. We get so many questions here about where's the bathroom? Do they have bathrooms? How did they use the facilities, that type of thing. And so we thought we would show you kind of behind the ropes some of the things we have here to kind of help explain how they cleansed themselves and they did practice good hygiene. We're going to go over here. This is a small wash stand. They came in different sizes and stuff, but this is a rather small one. You always had your basin and your pitcher of water. And you filled the water in the big, large pitcher and you poured it into the basin here. This was so that you could wash yourself, you could shave, you could take kind of what we would call a spitz bath, or a short, just to like wash yourself without taking a full bath. This was kind of daily bathing type of a thing. You had, you kept your soap in a soap dish. This one's very fancy, and there's inside a drain for your soap. You also, this looks like a beautiful vase, and we actually put it out as a vase an awful lot of times, but it was probably used for toothbrushes. This is a very fancy vanity set here. It was probably used for toothbrushes. And again, that was so you could keep your toothbrush. You would have brushed your teeth over the basin. And this is water that you would have used for your cup, for cleansing your mouth out. You had a smaller pitcher you used for your oral hygiene. After you were done using the water, the waste, there was wastewater here in the basin. You would have taken the basin water and you would have poured it into, this is a slop jar, and you open it up. Again, ours is quite lovely, but you would have poured your wastewater into that. There's two handles here on the side that people would take so that you could take it down and dump it more safely. Probably one of the most fun things we have here is we have a Thunderbox, and this is a portable toilet. It's quite beautiful. It almost looks like a footstool. You open it up here, and you'll see inside is your chamber pot. Chamber pots also are nicknamed Thunder Mugs, and that's because they went underneath the Thunderbox. This was a very nice way to use the restroom inside the house. And when you were done using that, you could close it back up. And I'm going to pull this like this, just so to be safe. But this is a chamber mug, or chamber pot, and or thunder mug as they call it. Again, you would have done your business in here. After you were done, you see it only has, it's like a big large cup mug or something, and you would have taken all of the contents and you would have put it in the slop jar along with everything else. If you were a servant or just an everyday Joe, you would have just taken your slop jar and you would have dumped it yourself. But if you were more well-to-do, you would have had a maid or someone like that do that for you. We also have lots of people talk to us about, they wonder about the spittoons in our house. There were, believe it or not, male and female spittoons. This is a female spittoon because it's beautiful, right? It's glass and it's lovely. And you didn't have Kleenex and that type of thing that in the day, so you would just spit your things that you didn't like, or if you weren't feeling well, you would spit into a spittoon. And then again, this would go into the slop jar. The males had the more brass spittoons that you see in bars, that type of thing in old westerns. This is a brass spittoon, and this was definitely used mainly by males. It's got a much larger rim on it because you were chewing tobacco and you would spit into it, and it was used for chewing tobacco mainly. We're also going to show you over here, this is Ida's bedroom, by the way, that we're in. Ida McKinley's, this is her invalid table. It's very much like a hospital tray type thing is today. It's on wheels. It actually folds like this, and it can go up and down. And on top of this, we have an invalid cup. And that's what is today like a straw and taking your medicine. You would put the medicine inside here, and then you could be laying down and you could tip it up and take your medicine from that. They had these for children too. They were in shapes of birds and animals so that they could take their medicine in a fun container, just like we do today. Another thing that if you didn't have a thunder box, which a lot of people didn't, that was for really well-to-do people, you had just a chamber pot that you kept by the side of your bed or near your bed. Sometimes they kept them under the bed, like we keep this one. They generally came with a lid, and you took the lid off. And again, you could use the chamber pot at night, and then you could put the lid back on. And it again went into the slop jar if you were lucky enough to have a slop jar. Another thing that we wanted to show you here, we're in Ida's bedroom, and these are some things that were actually Ida's. This little lovely box actually has her initials on it. It's quite beautiful, and it has a little inlaid piece that goes with it, and it has a matching perfume bottle. And again, people used perfume to cover the smells of when they weren't able to clean themselves very well. So we wanted to show you all these lovely things that people normally don't get to see up close and personal here at the Saxton house.